Hey, do you want some tea, or is that insensitive to no-mouthed people? What if I were to, add a little rum to it for you? Hey, I don't know if you noticed, but, my channel is Alice in Wonderland themed. So what kind of a hack would I be if I didn't review an Alice in Wonderland movie? Today is that day. Welcome back to Rabbit Reviews Talkies, where today we're going to take a look at a little gem called Alice in Murderland.
No, I'm recently married. I have a 1-year-old. We just moved here to bring up our child in a nice town.
We're from Florida. We enjoy going to movies on the weekends. I'm kind of afraid of full heads of lettuce, and I think otters are up to no good.
Who said it was a nice town?
Damn, this lady is really trying to sell the place.
I can't believe someone so young could afford to buy it. I'm afraid the kitchen's not too impressive. I'm not much of a cook. Yeah, you should see the basement. Lots of strange stuff down there.
There's an awful smell and some goo that comes down the walls and a train that comes through about 3 a.m. There's always demons trying to break down the front door, and you probably won't survive the first night you're here. So Anne heads down to check out the basement because...
lots of strange stuff down there.
Wow, she really did find a surprise down there. A cosplayer who's trying to hack her up with a fake axe. What a welcome party. And here we have the title, Alice in Murder. Uh-oh. Well, that's okay. I'm sure all the best movies forget what their title was when making the credits. I think this might be a huge mistake. After a credit sequence full of teasing pictures from the Alice books, we're treated to a split second of seizure-inducing flashbacks to, just before the credits. And we're awoken to Alice having a dream about the murder. She's now 21. There's no way she could have remembered that scene because she was 1-year-old at the time and not present.
I was just thinking about my mother. She died when she was 21 and I turned 21 this Saturday.
I know. It's your birthday. That's why I'm here. We're gonna plan the whole thing.
That's some tasty exposition that we already knew because we just saw it. So the crew here wants to throw Alice a 21st birthday party and make it themed to The Goonies. Oh wait, no. Sorry, it's Alice in Wonderland themed. The crew consists of a gaggle of girls who I really can't be bothered to remember all of their names, so I'm just gonna call them by the characters they portray in the party. You got the Cheshire Cat, who's a girl named Cat who disappears all the time. Tweedledee and Dumb, twin-like girls who never leave each other's side, and one's an idiot. The Caterpillar, or in this case Butterfly, a druggie who loves her some mushrooms. The Red Queen, a heinous bitch, and I don't really get why she's hanging out with this group. And I think she's the Duchess's cook or something. They never say her name. But she's the bitch girl's right-hand man, so I guess that's what they're doing here. The White Rabbit who disrespects my name, and of course Alice. But wait, I hear all the voices of YouTube cry, what's an Alice-themed party without the Mad Hatter? Well, the dank-ass warehouse they want to use to throw the party in is owned by this guy, who they have to invite to the party in order to use it. He just wants to hang out with a bunch of younger girls having a slumber party because he loves the Mad Hatter so much. He's also the White Rabbit's uncle. You following so far?
I have never approved of your selection of young mates, Mallory.
That's how normal people talk, right? It's also the same dank-ass apartment complex that Alice's mother was murdered in. Remember that. It's easy to forget in this movie.
There's something you need to know.
No, you gotta watch out for those tubes. They start spurting blood all over the place if you sever them, and then you got a real mess on your hands. So the squad goals show up to the apartment complex, but the door is locked when they get there, so 3 of them go wandering off through an adjacent junkyard, which sure is really no purpose, because then a minute later the Hatter lets them all in.
Where's Mallory? And the guest of honor, the lovely Alice. Oh, hooray! You girls made it before dark. Please, come in.
Boy, I'm sure glad they avoided any excitement there. My jimmies could have been rustled.
This is the stairway that leads down to the basement, but don't go down there.
Why? What happened in the basement? I forgot already.
Well, I'm converting this area into a theater. This will be the stage, of course. I'll have some chairs right through here, and then we can put on some stage plays.
Oh yes, please come into my dank-ass warehouse in the bad part of town and perform plays on a makeshift stage for me. This was a no cell phone party because we wanted to make sure everybody here was super bored and unable to call for help if they needed. But uh-oh, the snarky bitch brought her BlackBerry. As a result, Cap grabs it, magically turns it into a shitty flip phone, and harmlessly steps on it. This is the reason why I remembered this movie after I first saw it. I was just torn up inside wondering why. Why didn't they just show the girl always using that flip phone? Did somebody not want to break their 2006 BlackBerry? Side note, did you guys know BlackBerry was still a thing? Who let that happen? Anyway, the girls get into a real spat after that, and they do this whole thing.
What's going on in here?
Oh, don't put yourself out, man. It's not like you're the oldest, most responsible person here. Don't stop a fight that broke out or anything.
You got into scuffle with Andrew?
Hey, what's a scuffle?
It's like a spat. So after that is pointlessly resolved, the girls change into their costumes and we're reminded why we're here.
Yeah, it's your 21st birthday.
Oh, okay, thanks. We find that Queen is waiting for a guy she invited, which she wasn't supposed to do, because this party has a lot of strict rules. Wait a minute. Real quick, what's up with this place?
There's something strange about this place. You know, it's where my mother was murdered 20 years ago this day.
Oh, that's right. Cool, yeah. Anyway, the guy immediately leaves just for this to happen.
You want me to spill my guts? That's what you want? You want more? You want me to spill my guts more?
Really? Hey buddy, you can't just pass out here now. You got a bunch of sausages on your shirt, you goof. Also, before you get after me for not mentioning the terrible acting, I'm well aware that this is basically a porno with no sex in it.
So, where is everyone?
Don't know. Wanna get high?
With a movie like this, you just have to accept that it's a thing. Take a moment to acknowledge it, and then move on.
Can we play some music or something?
Oh, I haven't set up the record player yet.
Off the chain. It feels as if the writers didn't even know how to throw a party. That's why they didn't put anything in the script for them to do. I feel like the plot wouldn't have changed at all if the girls had been, you know, listening to music, drinking, having a conversation with guys. Like, Alice is turning 21. Why didn't anybody bring alcohol to this thing? Speaking of drinks, Alice suggests they have a tea party and then says this.
That's what they do right before they cut their heads off. Off with their heads.
Alice, are you okay? Kat, you're the psych major. What's going on?
Oh yeah, based on that one sentence, why don't you psychoanalyze Alice and tell everybody what you think? Oh, but hold on. Didn't something happen to Alice's mom?
Alice knows her mother was murdered here 20 years ago.
Oh right, glad they keep explaining it to us. I have the memory of a goldfish.
Maybe someone was having an affair with her mother. The murder or murders could have had something to do with a psychotic jealous rage.
Y'all think Kat's the killer? That's weirdly informative. We're then treated to another sexually charged fight scene between the girls, which is just... What is life?
How long you been a senior?
9
months?
No, 9 years.
Get it? 'Cause she's dumb. Hold on, she's been a senior in college for 9 years? That makes her at least 9 years older than the rest of these girls, so she's like around 30? Why is she hanging out with these girls? Eventually we see that Dee is hallucinating from some mushrooms she took a while back. Let's take a look at what she sees. So she's having some crazy visions centered on the Mad Hatter, and randomly attacks people yelling because of it. Even when she sobers up. Randomly attacks people. Hey, you know what this movie needs? More of that flashback from when her mom died.
I'm sorry, but you have to go.
No. I need to raise Alice. I need to be here for her.
I don't think she fully grasps what's going on here. This woman's threatening her and all she is like, I can't go, I gotta raise my kid. Lady, you're not going on vacation for a year. She's gonna kill you. Maybe you should run or something. Also, that's not how she died. Also, it was just a dream. Alice sure has a lot of dreams about an event she wasn't present for and isn't old enough to remember at the time. She passed out at her own party due to boredom, by the way. Why isn't anybody else going home? This party is a failure. Admit defeat. Go home already.
Hasn't turned out to be such a fun party after all.
Yeah, it's one of the worst parties I've ever had the misfortune of witnessing. Think of the audience. Go home already.
Where does Kat go when she disappears like this?
I think something happened to her mother, too.
Hey! You guys think Kat's the killer? Back on the other side of the universe, Dee is drunk again from the mushrooms for absolutely no reason.
I can't believe you bit me again. What are you, some kind of cannibal?
So Caterpillar throws her in the shower before this tuna salad shows up again.
Damn. You're one ugly son of a bitch.
It also chases Caterpillar out a window and down a convenient ladder. It looks like she lost it, but then whoop, it's right behind her again, prepared with a flashlight. I bet it's just trying to make this party end faster. You know, spare us all. This party sucks! I'm killing everybody so I can go home. So back inside, there's been this really uninteresting subplot of the Red Queen setting up these traps around the apartment warehouse, specifically to attack Rabbit. Man, I don't like that. I'm gonna call her Not Rabbit.
I'm gonna rig this door so that when someone walks in, something falls on their head. Only I want something more to happen. Electricity.
You're gonna drop a brick on her head and electrocute her. Now, if I've learned anything from Home Alone, that'll probably just make her a little upset. No harm done. Good plan.
Kind of worried about Kat. She's been gone a long time.
Long enough to murder some people? So Dumb goes to check on Dee when the Jabberwocky snags her up and glues her to a toilet seat. Jabberwocky, you prankster. You're going around murdering people and then you pull something like this. You goofy. Also, what is this bathroom? It's like a public restroom at a gas station in an apartment complex / warehouse. Where are we? So the girls plan to get help, but uh-oh.
The door must be locked. Does anyone have a key? We lost the key.
When did we have, then lose the key? Hey, Tiny Frank, do you remember what happened in this place?
She was in the house when Alice's mother was murdered, and she's never been heard from again.
When was that again?
Around 20 years ago.
You tell me that story again. I need it! So the girls had to find the Hatter's cell phone that he explained earlier that he dropped.
This is like looking for a needle in a haystack.
No, it's like looking for a cell phone on the floor. Ha!
See, please, you gotta get me off.
Get you off?
Yeah, just, pull my chest.
Pull your chest to get you off?
Do you see? Do you see how this is supposed to be a porno? I'm gonna get demonetized. For sure!
Why, Kat? Why would you do this?
Oh, it was Kat! What a surprise! So her mom was the lady who killed Alice's mom, and she's crazy because the plot needs her to be. So now we're all stuck here for some reason, and nobody has cell phones because they weren't allowed to bring their cell phones. They decide to try to climb out a window.
How about we use this? Okay, put that down. That's not gonna help.
No, totally. Who needs a knife in a horror movie with a killer running around?
Maybe I should do it. What, are you saying I'm fatter than you?
Ha! Girls and their insecurities about their weight. Well, she gets stuck, and why isn't this movie over yet? Back downstairs with the interrogation, we've got a good old-fashioned double crossing.
Amanda, she wants to kill us.
No, you don't understand. Ah! She's really my sister. Off with her head! Show me!
Any progress with the window yet?
Just go ahead without me. You know where to find me.
You know, it really looks like she could just push herself back into the room. Ah, whatever. The cook screams and gets everybody back together again. Though in this scene, it looks like Kat was about to hit her with a baseball bat. When they find her, she's totally fine. I'm not asking for the world of budget movies here, people. Just some consistency. Kat catches Dumb, who's in the same position looking for the cell phone. She's been there for like 30 minutes, not moving at all. Dead!
Don't kill me, please!
Alice conveniently kills the cook and leaves Pop-Tarts all over her face, so score 1 for the good guys. Kat finds Not Rabbit stuck in her predicament, and oh come on, where are her arms here? In this shot, they're clearly behind her, but in this one, you know what? I'm overthinking the movie. I mean, why should anybody care? The filmmakers didn't. This was on Netflix, by the way. You let that sink in. Alice comes in and saves the day. Yay!
You are a killer until your last breath. Just like me, Alice.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. It was self-defense and...
She said that just like her. I'm insane.
Oh. She does become crazy. Good. This was made by Brain Damage Films, by the way, which is located, conveniently to me, in Tempe, Arizona. Shame on you, Tempe, Arizona. Thank you, friends, for joining me as we explored this art installment. I have a lot of fun being snarky with these films, and I hope you had fun along with me. And hey, if there's any movies you want me to check out, leave a comment below. I save every comment that suggests movies, and I watch them slowly over the next month to see if any of them are worth my snark. I'm gonna throw up some fan art real quick. If you'd like to see yours in the future, just send me an email. It's in the description below. Thank you for all your continuing support. Without YouTube, I don't think I'd be very fulfilled in my life. As some of you might know, I work a full-time office job and it can be very soul-crushing. So I'm glad I can hang out here with you guys and just kind of be myself and have fun. So I'm gonna keep doing it. So there. I'll see you next time when I explain 17 times how I lost Tiny Frank. Take care.